one big giant sad nut here today. So we are working through this stuff, solving equations just like you have umpteen hundreds of other times throughout the course of your high school and elementary, middle school career. What changes up here today is that you're going to have powers. You'll have different exponents. You'll have fractional exponents. You'll have crummy-looking exponents. You'll have crummy-looking fractions. You'll have all this stuff, but you will be sad while you're vetting. No, I'm sorry that you're always sad, but hopefully this might cheer you up. That's me. Anyway, I don't know how to respond to that. All right. If I want to solve for x here, I have the cube root of x subtract 4 is 0. What do you think you're going to have to do first, ladies and gentlemen? Add 4. Very good. Now what? How about cubing? You're crazy. So the cube root of junk cubed is junk. And 4 cubed is 1 your merry way. You're waiting, aren't you? It's gonna happen, yes. Oh yeah, test. We'll test on Friday. I'm sorry, Thursday. We are going to do this is the last section of this stuff. It's on the calendar, it's already there. We will test Thursday. Tomorrow I got a whole bunch of regions we'll do together. And then on Friday, what we'll do is we're gonna go really light on how to graph square roots and cube roots. I just want to show you because it's Friday and you won't do it over the weekend anyway. So I might as well just kind of not fight that and just show you a small little smidge of it. It's not a giant skill that's overly assessed within an Algebra 2 course. It does come back around just a little bit in pre-calc. It's just more or less to identify age just in case. In shape. That's really all it is. So that'll be a really easy thing to do on a Friday. So that's where we're after that. Then come next week when we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a half day. Those 3.5 days, what we'll do is we'll knock out the graphing portions of exponential growth and decay and probably logarithms. We'll do all those days. Logs, they're big, they're heavy, they're wood. Oh no, they're logs, they're big, they're heavy wood. So 2x to the 3 halves equals 250. What do you think you have to do first? Remember, you have to sad them. How do you undo a 3 halves exponent? You 2/3 it. You 2/3 it. Now remember, if I raise this to the 2/3, power to power means I would multiply, which gives me a factor of 1. So I 2/3 both sides. Now, when you get into 125 to the 2/3, you can press button to your calculator, but remember, the denominator means it's the nth root. So what's the cube root of 125? What's 5 squared? There you go. Do you guys know how to use the fraction or the fractional exponents in your calculator? I will show you. You do 125 to the alpha y equals 2/3. SMRT. Yeah. What's that? I think so. What's up? Yeah. I mean, you just solve equations. Just that it doesn't help you do those exponent rules or anything like that. Okay. Let's progress our way down to the scarier stuff-ish. And it's really not that scary. I just say that to try to break it. So the square root of 4x minus 7 plus 2 is 5. What do you think you have to do first? Good. We have to subtract the 2 first. I got to move everything away from one side before I try to undo the square root. And then how do you undo the square root? Square root it. So the square root of junk squared is junk. Square it. Oh, did I say square root? I meant square it. No, because it'd be a fourth root. So 4x minus 7 is 9. Add 7. I forgot. And guess what you could always do? Check. Because sometimes you're going to get, sometimes you're going to get that answer. That's not that answer. It could be extraneous. Just watch out for those. This one works. 4 times 4 is 16 minus 7 is. Square root of that is. Add 2 is. All right. The square root of the quantity 3x plus 2 minus 2 root x is 0. What do you guys do first? Add it over first. And now I undo the square roots. By doing what? Squaring. Now, we all know that the left side is square root of junk squared. It is always going to be junk. Now, the other side, you have to be careful. Remember what squaring something means. It means 2 root x times 2 root x. So the quantity 2 root x squared is going to be how much? 4x squared again. Okay. It is a very common thing that people will forget that. When you have a coefficient in front of the radical and you're squaring the whole thing, don't forget to square the coefficient in front of the radical. That is a very common mistake. If I go back, guys, if I go back and check it, what's 3 times 2? What's 6 plus 2? 8. What's the square root of 8? 2 root 2, isn't it? What's 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2? Okay. Let's continue on. As we continue on, I have x minus 4 equals the square root of 2x. X minus 4 equals the square root of 2x. Now, what do you think you have to do first? Square it. Now, you get junk squared. Junk squared is junk times junk. So don't kill a puppy. Please, please don't kill a puppy. So you have x squared minus 8x plus 16 is 2x. Don't kill the puppy. What does that mean? It means when somebody does this, they kill the puppy. Remember, x minus, it's just a phrase. It's a phrase that Seb uses, so then I just continue on with the killing of puppy. Well, I'm not continuing. I am trying to thwart off the continuance of killage of puppies. Sounded good. Now what do? Subtract 2x, good. What times what is positive 16? You add together to get to negative 10. Negative 8, negative 2. Which gives you zeros at 2 and 8. Good. Which means you have to double check to see if they work. Doesn't say that. And that's what I was getting at here. What is 8 minus 4? 8 minus 4, 4. What's 2 times 8? Square root of that is? We know 4's work. I'm sorry, 8's work. Now, what's 2 minus 4? Okay. What's 2 times 2? What's the square root of that? Does 2 equal negative 2? I'm not taking the square root over both sides, though. And that's where I was getting at. Okay. So here, when you put in, you substitute in 2, that doesn't work, which means this is one of those extraneous solutions. It's an answer, it's not the answer you're looking for. The correct one. It's the wrong answer. What's that? We're getting there. You've noticed how I've slowly built. I like to try to build your confidence level up before I just smack you upside the head. There it goes. Sorry about it being yellow, but whatever. Now, at some point in time, guys, at some point in time when I'm doing these types of problems, you would have to understand the order in which you would be solving it. Now, this one, you have a nasty looking fraction, an ugly exponent, and a lot of other stuff going on. But if you break it down into something like, let's say it was 3 equals x squared plus 4. Let's throw out numbers. Just looking at that problem, what would you have to remove first? The 6. So I'd have to move the 6 first, and then what would you have to do next? Start to do the fractional exponent. So what I'm getting at is sometimes you get into these ugly problems, and really all you can do is cross out the calculator. So create a fraction bar with a negative 1 and 1 for m2. Then hit enter. Or whatever. So, source. Move this around so you guys can see it. Maybe. So let's see, if I do alpha y equals, I know I have a negative 191 over 32, and I know to that problem I have to add what? Add 6, hit enter. That now has to be raised to the reciprocal exponent. So what's the reciprocal of negative 5, 6? Negative 6/5. So all I have to do is hit the caret button, and then do another alpha y equals negative 6 over 5. Hit enter. And that equals what? M minus 8 now equals 64. So, here's your answer. What's that? I don't have any. I'm done. Now, here's what happens. Real quick, it only takes a second to double check that because you've got your answer. So just type in 72 minus 8, hit enter. Raise that to the negative 5, 6. Some decimal. Subtract 6, and then do a math, enter, enter, and you get negative 191 over 32. Calculators, is god awful as that equation started out to look like, it's really easy because you're using your calculator a lot of times. So as ugly as some of these things are, sometimes the calculator is your best friend. And that's, again, the reason why I would let you guys use this calculator, because you can do those fractional exponents. Whereas the other one, I mean, you can, but it's really tough to type it in. I'll show you another example. Go ahead, Rick. What if everything else fails and you wind up with this? This is going to be your worst case scenario. Okay. And the reason why I say this is the worst case scenario is because when you have two roots on one side, if you square it, in this case, wouldn't I have just a difference of squares? Think of it this way. You guys agree that in your mind you're probably thinking, oh, I should probably just do this. Right? And square that. Now, if you think about that, this is A minus B quantity squared, right? But watch, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. If you follow the pattern of what this is, it's A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. If you do that, then you'll still have 2 plus a root that you'll still have to FOIL out. You're still going to wind up with... Not really. Okay, you do that one. I'll do this one. So if I do it this way, like I'm saying, this is your worst case scenario. I'm going to get minus 4 minus 4x minus 2 times. I'm going to write both of these as fractional exponents because I have to square it twice. And it's just easier to write. What numbers? Instead of writing square roots, I just wrote this as the 1/2 instead of the square roots because it just looks cleaner instead of putting root. That's the only reason I do that. Square root of chunk squared is chunk. Okay. And then, excuse me. Then I'm going to add the negative 6 minus 2x. equals 4. So I squared both sides. Okay. Now, I'm just going to combine a few things over here. I'm going to get negative 10 minus 6x minus 2 times all the junk. Everybody okay with that? I'm just not writing out the junk because it's too many things. I know it's there, and I'm just going to continue on. All I do is combine the negative 4 with the negative 6, the negative 4x with the negative 2x. Oops. Thinking in terms of knowing that I still have these two half powers here, I'm going to need to move all the other junk out of the way. So I'm going to add 10. I'm going to add 6x. I'm going to add those two over. I'm going to get 14 plus 6x is negative 2 times a bunch of junk to the half power. You okay with that so far? And now, what do I do with the negative 2? Divide. Good. I divide out by the negative 2. Can I divide both those parts of the numerator by a negative 2? Yeah, they're both even. It just simplifies it out. So if I do that, I get negative 7 minus 3x is negative 4 minus 4x to the half, negative 6 minus 2x to the half. And now if I square both sides one more time, I'm squaring the square root of junk squared. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me rewrite that. If I do this, I have to distribute the square root of both pieces. The exponents drop. The exponents drop. So this is the absolute worst case scenario style problem because you have to go through the process and square it twice. Okay? So if I square this out here, I'm just going to read out negative 7 minus 3x. FOIL it out, I'm going to get 49 plus 21x plus 21x plus 9x squared gives me 9x squared, 42x, and a 49. We okay with that? Just foiling? Okay. My exponents here, they wind up canceling each other out with the 2. And I'm going to FOIL that junk as well. I get negative times negative is a positive 24, a positive 8x, a positive 8, and then I have a positive 24x, and a positive 8x squared. So that was a long-winded way to get to variables on both sides of the equation, set one side equal to 0. Which side are you going to move, the right to the left or the left to the right? Move right to left. I knew you were just standing on the wrong side. Sorry, Dispatch. And look what you get. After all of that, right? What times what is 25? You add together to get 10. After all that, right? Well, that was a pain, wasn't it? So let's see, if you substitute in negative 5, you get negative 4 minus 4 times negative 5, so you get 16. That's good. And then negative 6, 4, so you have square root of that. Yeah, so you have 4 minus 2, which is 2. Hey, guess what? Damn straight. Watch what happens. So square root -4 minus 4x minus square root -6 minus 2x. And what does it have to run into? Think. Oh, it's supposed to be 4x. That's why. Should. Doesn't? Didn't show? All right, you might have to go to the table. That's fine. Where these two are going to intersect is where they have the same y value, right? Error. Lingual is dead. So depending upon whether or not I ask you to show your work or press buttons on your calculator, depends on how easy it winds up being. These are good questions to get the square root twice. I don't know. You just basically what happens, you have to square it twice. I know I don't have them in the homework tonight. I think I've got one of that little review thing we'll do tomorrow. So we'll go over it again tomorrow. It's a little tricky. I have to square it out twice. Oh, I know I didn't show you this, but real quick. Real fast. If I have, what do you undo there? I just want to show you. Do those, please. I did remember to put the PDF file up at about like 1 o'clock. What do you want? You set this through.